Many individuals navigating life beyond 70. A subtle yet disorienting phenomenon often begins to manifest. An inexplicable drifting when walking, that quiet, persistent pull to one side, or a moment of unsettling hesitation before the body can confidently commit to a straight path. This sensation, often dismissed as an inevitable consequence of aging, can progressively erode confidence, limit independence, and lead to an understandable anxiety about falls. It's a common experience, yet what if the conventional wisdom, which points to deteriorating leg strength or general frailty, is fundamentally missing the true underlying cause? What if the real culprit isn't in your legs at all, but rather originates from a subtle yet profound issue unfolding within your neck, a mechanism rarely explained, let alone addressed, by standard medical advice? This scenario plays out repeatedly in countless lives. Someone begins to notice themselves veering off course during a simple walk across the room. They find themselves instinctively reaching for walls or furniture to steady themselves when standing up from a chair, or their body experiences an unfamiliar pause, a microsecond of indecision before initiating movement. Concerned, they visit their doctor, only to often hear familiar yet unhelpful refrains. Watch your step, hold the railing, perhaps it's just your age. Armed with this advice, they return home, perhaps attempting a few generic leg exercises, but the drifting persists, the hesitation lingers, and regrettably, many eventually resign themselves to accepting this gradual decline as an unavoidable aspect of growing older. However, it is crucial to understand that this decline in balance and coordination is far from inevitable. There is a precise physiological explanation for what is happening inside the body, a mechanism that, once understood, illuminates a clear path to improvement. We are going to delve into this truth, exploring exactly what is occurring in plain, accessible terms, and then provide a meticulously designed sequence of 8 targeted exercises. These exercises specifically address the root problem, requiring no expensive gym memberships or specialized equipment, just a sturdy wall, a reliable chair, and a commitment of less than 12 minutes each day. Before we embark on this journey to understanding and reclaiming your balance, if you find value in health insights tailored for you, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you never miss a vital tip designed to empower your well-being. Your engagement, through a simple 1 in the comments if this video resonates, or a 0 if it doesn't, helps us continually refine our content to better serve your needs. So, what is the actual biological process unfolding within your body that leads to this unsettling drift? Here lies a fundamental truth that frequently escapes widespread discussion. When the problem of drifting while walking begins, its origin is almost never solely rooted in the legs. At the very base of your skull, a marvel of neurological engineering known as the cerebellum resides. This is your brain's sophisticated balance command center, an incredibly intricate structure constantly working behind the scenes. Every single second you remain upright, whether standing still or in motion, the cerebellum is barraged with a torrent of critical information. It meticulously receives sensory signals from your muscles, reporting on their tension and position, from your joints, relaying their angles and movements, from your inner ear, providing crucial data about your head's orientation and motion in space, and from your eyes, furnishing visual input about your surroundings. The cerebellum processes all this complex data with astonishing speed and precision, making continuous, minute corrections to your posture and gait, ensuring you maintain an unwavering, straight line as you walk. When this remarkable system functions optimally, you remain entirely unaware of its ceaseless efforts. You simply walk with effortless fluidity and confidence. But when it begins to operate at a reduced capacity, even subtly, that's when you start to experience the unsettling drift, the subconscious need to grab for support, and the unnerving sensation of uncertainty accompanying each step. Now, here is the pivotal piece of information that fundamentally alters our understanding of this issue and redirects our approach to resolving it. The crucial arteries responsible for delivering a consistent, life-sustaining blood supply to your cerebellum, these vital pathways of nourishment, do not take a direct route. Instead, they embark on a journey that weaves intricately through the bony structures of your neck, ascending through the openings within each individual vertebra. This anatomical arrangement has profound implications. For years, perhaps decades, many individuals develop chronic tightness in their neck muscles. This can stem from a myriad of common factors. Prolonged poor posture habits, such as hours spent hunched over screens, repetitive strain from certain occupations, or the lasting legacy of old injuries, even seemingly minor ones, that were never fully resolved. Over time, these persistently tense, rigid neck muscles exert a quiet, insidious compression on those delicate arteries, subtly narrowing their lumen. This compression, while not always dramatic or immediately painful, incrementally reduces the blood flow reaching the cerebellum. It's not a sudden blockage, but rather a gradual, sustained erosion of optimal blood supply that, over months and years, slowly but steadily degrades the cerebellum's ability to maintain your balance and coordination effectively. This is the authentic, underlying mechanism at play. Consequently, truly fixing this problem demands a dual-pronged strategy. It necessitates both releasing the chronic restrictions and tension within your neck to restore proper arterial blood flow, and, simultaneously, retraining the cerebellum directly through targeted exercises designed to enhance its functional capacity. These 8 specific exercises are precisely engineered to achieve both of these critical objectives, working in synergy to rebuild your stability. The exercises are structured into 2 complementary groups, each addressing a vital aspect of restoring your balance. The first group is dedicated to releasing the pervasive neck tension that impedes crucial blood flow, while the second group focuses on directly training and re-engaging your cerebellum. Both components are indispensable. They are designed to work harmoniously, creating a comprehensive pathway to renewed stability. Neck release exercises. The first exercise, the base of neck rotation release, holds significant importance. The junction where your neck meets your upper back represents one of the 2 primary areas where stiffness most commonly accumulates, often leading to the compression of the very arteries that supply the cerebellum. This gentle yet profoundly effective movement, specifically designed to mobilize and restore fluidity to this exact critical zone. To perform this, position yourself comfortably in a sturdy chair, ensuring your back remains straight and well supported. Begin by gently lowering your chin slightly towards your chest. Then, take 2 fingertips and place them against the prominent bony bump located at the very base of your neck. This is typically the C7 vertebra, where the cervical spine transitions into the upper back. With your fingertips providing a gentle anchor, slowly and deliberately rotate your head to the right. As you turn, use your fingertips to apply a mild, guiding pressure in the same direction, helping to facilitate the movement. It is crucial to move only within a comfortable range. You should feel a gentle stretching sensation, never any sharp pain or discomfort. Hold this gentle endpoint for approximately 3 to 4 seconds, allowing the tissues to relax and lengthen. Then, slowly and with control, return your head to the center position. Repeat this sequence on the left side. Aim for 5 repetitions on each side during each session. Integrating this exercise into your daily routine, perhaps once in the morning and again in the evening, can yield remarkable results. Many individuals report a noticeable increase in their range of motion and a reduction in stiffness within the first 1 to 2 weeks of consistent practice, indicating improved arterial space and blood flow to the cerebellum. Next, we introduce the side neck stretch, an equally vital component of releasing neck tension. This exercise specifically targets the large diagonal muscle known as the sternocleidomastoid, which extends from behind your ear down to your collarbone. This muscle is notoriously prone to becoming chronically overworked and tight due to modern postures and stress. When it remains in a state of sustained tension, it exerts continuous pressure on the delicate structures passing through your cervical spine, most notably the arteries that nourish your cerebellum. To perform this stretch effectively, begin by placing one hand flat against your collarbone on one side, applying a gentle downward pressure to anchor the underlying tissue. With this anchor in place, slowly and deliberately tilt your head towards the opposite shoulder, simultaneously lifting your chin very slightly upward. As you execute this movement, you should experience a distinct, deep stretch running along the entire side of your neck, from behind your ear down to your collarbone. Maintain this stretched position for 20 to 30 seconds, focusing on slow, steady breathing throughout. It is imperative not to pull or force the stretch. Allow gravity and the passage of time to gently release the tension. Return slowly and smoothly to the center position before repeating the entire sequence on the other side. Aim for 2 repetitions on each side during each session, prioritizing consistency over intensity. The third exercise in our neck release sequence is the neck self-massage, an indispensable technique for addressing deeper, persistent tissue tension. While stretching effectively lengthens muscles, massage specifically works to release the profound, stubborn tension that accumulates over years and often proves resistant to stretching alone. This deeper tension is precisely the kind that can quietly and incrementally narrow the crucial space around your cervical arteries, further impeding blood flow to the cerebellum. To perform this self-massage, utilize the fingertips of both hands, beginning at the base of your skull. Apply firm yet comfortable circular pressure as you slowly and systematically work your way down both sides of your neck, progressing towards the base. Dedicate approximately 60 to 90 seconds to each side, allowing ample time for the tissues to respond. As you massage, pay close attention to areas that feel noticeably tighter or more tender than the surrounding tissue. These are the spots where tension is most concentrated. Spend a little extra time on these specific points. But remember, the emphasis is on steady, gentle pressure, not painful digging. Continue applying this pressure until you feel the tissue begin to soften and yield beneath your fingertips. Incorporate this self-massage into your daily routine, ideally once a day, either before or after the other 2 neck exercises, to maximize its benefits and promote lasting release. Cerebellum training exercises. Moving into the second group, designed to directly train and invigorate your cerebellum, the first exercise is the slow-motion straight-line walk. This exercise is foundational because before your brain can effectively relearn and repattern your walking gait, it needs the opportunity to consciously register and correct each individual step. Slow-motion walking meticulously strips away the natural momentum that typically masks underlying weaknesses in balance, thereby forcing every muscle and every intricate balance signal to engage with full, deliberate intention. To perform this, find a clear, unobstructed hallway. If you require initial support, place one hand lightly on the wall for stability. Begin walking at the absolute slowest pace you can possibly manage, so slow that each individual step takes a full 3 to 4 seconds to complete. Your focus should be on a deliberate, mindful engagement of each phase of the stride. Lift your foot intentionally, pause briefly in the air to establish control, then reach your heel slightly forward before lowering it to the floor with utmost precision and control. As your foot makes contact, consciously feel your weight shifting through your entire foot, from heel to toe, before you even contemplate initiating the next step. Walk 10 steps forward in this manner. Then, turn carefully, utilizing small, controlled marching steps, and walk 10 steps back. This entire sequence constitutes one set. Complete 3 sets per session. During this exercise, a critical focus point is to look straight ahead, not downwards at your feet. Your intricate balance system is designed to operate while your eyes are oriented towards your destination, not fixated on where your feet are landing. The subtle wobbling or instability you might initially feel during this exercise is not an indicator of failure. Rather, it is your cerebellum actively engaged in the process of working and retraining, which is the precise objective of this movement. As a progress tip, once this slow motion walk begins to feel smooth and controlled, challenge your nervous system further by trying it on different surfaces, such as carpet versus hardwood. The slight variations in surface texture force your balance system to adapt and generalize the learned pattern, which is essential for translating these improvements into real-world safety and confidence. The fifth exercise is the tandem heel-to-toe walk, a direct and highly effective method for training dynamic balance. This movement directly simulates the kind of intricate walking patterns that most frequently precipitate falls, such as navigating narrow hallways, carefully stepping around furniture, or maneuvering through confined spaces. It specifically hones your dynamic balance. That is, your ability to maintain equilibrium while you are actively in motion, rather than simply standing still. To perform this, position yourself at one end of a clear hallway, keeping one hand lightly touching the wall for support as needed, particularly when starting out. Begin by placing your right foot directly in front of your left foot, ensuring that the heel of your right foot nearly touches the toes of your left foot. Subsequently, step your left foot forward in the exact same manner, maintaining a precise heel-to-toe alignment along a perfectly straight imaginary line. Take 10 steps forward using this deliberate heel-to-toe pattern. Carefully turn around and then take 10 steps back. This completes one set. Aim to complete 2 sets per session. Throughout this exercise, it is paramount to keep your eyes focused forward, resisting the urge to look down at your feet. Walk slowly and with absolute control, prioritizing precision over speed. If at any point you feel the need to momentarily touch the wall for balance, that is entirely acceptable and encouraged. Touch it, regain your stability, and then seamlessly continue the exercise. Consistency in practice is far more valuable than achieving immediate perfection in this particular movement. For a useful progress tip, as this exercise becomes more manageable and confident, challenge yourself further by crossing your arms over your chest instead of extending them for balance. This modification deliberately removes the natural arm compensation, thereby compelling your core muscles and ankles to undertake a greater share of the stabilizing work, leading to enhanced core strength and ankle stability. Next, we move to exercise 6, standing marches with cross-body tap, which simultaneously rebuilds 2 critical components of confident walking. Firstly, it strengthens the hip flexor muscles, which are essential for lifting your feet clearly and safely off the ground with each step, preventing tripping hazards. Secondly, and equally important, it enhances cross-body coordination, a fundamental function of the cerebellum. Cross-body movement actively stimulates and activates the neural pathways connecting the 2 hemispheres of the brain, a crucial interaction for achieving smooth, fluid, and highly coordinated walking. To execute this exercise, stand tall behind a sturdy chair, with both hands lightly resting on its back for support and balance. Begin by lifting your right knee towards your chest, bringing it as high as you comfortably can. As your knee ascends, simultaneously tap it gently with your left hand. With control, lower your right leg back to the starting position. Then, lift your left knee and tap it with your right hand. This coordinated movement constitutes 1 full repetition. Perform 10 repetitions on each side, totaling 20 repetitions in all. Maintain a slow, deliberate pace throughout, ensuring that the tapping hand and the rising knee meet at precisely the same moment. This precise, coordinated timing is what specifically trains and refines the intricate functions of your cerebellum. As a progress tip, once this exercise feels comfortable and stable with chair support, challenge yourself further by attempting it without holding the chair. Instead, extending your arms out to your sides for balance. Eventually, for an advanced neurological challenge, try 2 or 3 repetitions with your eyes gently closed, which further deepens the proprioceptive demands on your balance system. Exercise 7, the fixed point turn, directly addresses one of the most common triggers for falls, particularly in older adults: dizziness and disorientation during rotational movements. The seemingly simple acts of pivoting in the kitchen, turning to look behind you, or getting up and changing direction can become significant hazards after the age of 70. This exercise is specifically designed to train precisely that critical skill by compelling your visual system and your vestibular, inner ear system, to coordinate seamlessly during rotation. This coordination is precisely the complex task with which the cerebellum often struggles when its blood supply is compromised. To perform this exercise, stand facing a wall, ensuring a sturdy chair or countertop is within easy reach for immediate support if needed. Choose a distinct, fixed point on the wall at roughly eye level. This could be a light switch, a picture frame, or any clear mark. Lock your gaze intently on that chosen point. Now, take 3 slow, deliberate steps and execute a complete 360-degree turn. Throughout the entirety of the turn, strive to keep your eyes locked on that fixed point for as long as physically possible. The instant the turn is complete, immediately find and relock your gaze on that same point. Perform 5 full turns per session. Begin very slowly, prioritizing control and safety. As this exercise becomes easier and your confidence grows over the following weeks, gradually and cautiously increase the speed of the turn. A critical focus for this exercise: absolutely do not close your eyes. The entire benefit is derived from the active and precise coordination between what your eyes perceive and the signals your inner ear transmits during the rotation. Always remain near the wall, particularly during the initial weeks of practice, to ensure immediate access to support. Finally, we have exercise 8, multi-direction weight shifts, a crucial movement for preventing falls that often occur in unexpected scenarios. Most falls don't happen when moving straight forward. They frequently occur when you reach sideways, execute a slight turn, or shift your weight abruptly in an unanticipated direction. This exercise is specifically engineered to train your body's innate ability to move its center of gravity fluidly and safely in multiple directions, and critically, to recover back to a stable center. This capacity is the core skill your body needs to effectively catch itself, transforming a momentary stumble into a successful recovery before it escalates into a dangerous fall. To perform this, stand behind a sturdy chair, with both hands resting lightly on its back for initial support. Position your feet hip-width apart and maintain a straight back. Begin by slowly and deliberately shifting your entire body weight onto your right foot, just enough to gently lift your left foot a mere 1 inch off the floor. Hold this position for 3 seconds, feeling the engagement of your stabilizing muscles. Then, return smoothly to the center. Next, shift your weight onto your left foot, lifting your right foot just 1 inch off the floor. Hold for 3 seconds, then return to center. Now, gently shift your weight forward onto the balls of your feet, moving just far enough to feel a challenge without allowing your heels to fully leave the floor. Hold this forward shift for 3 seconds, and then return to a balanced center. Finally, shift gently backward onto your heels, holding for 3 seconds before returning to center. This entire sequence, right, left, forward, back, constitutes one complete round. Aim to complete 3 rounds per session. For a valuable progress tip, as you progressively gain strength and stability, gradually reduce your reliance on the chair. Start by transitioning from a full grip with both hands to using only your fingertips for support, and eventually to performing the exercise with no support at all. Each reduction in external support compels your ankles, hips, and core muscles to take on an increased role in the crucial work of stabilization, thereby building robust internal balance mechanisms. Now that you are familiar with all 8 transformative exercises, it is imperative to pause and emphasize an extremely important safety note before you begin. Your safety is, without question, the paramount concern, and it would be deeply regrettable if anyone sustained an injury while following these guidelines. First and foremost, please understand that these exercises are thoughtfully designed for general use by healthy older adults seeking to improve their balance. However, if you have received a diagnosis for a specific neurological condition, such as Parkinson's disease, or have a medical history that includes a stroke, or if a doctor has informed you that you have significant vertebral artery disease or severe cervical instability, it is absolutely crucial that you consult with your physician or a licensed physical therapist before attempting any of these movements. Your unique medical situation may necessitate a modified approach or require close professional supervision, and that is a perfectly appropriate and responsible course of action. Secondly, regarding the neck release exercises specifically, a critical rule to remember is never, under any circumstances, force any movement. The stretches and rotations outlined in the first group of exercises should consistently elicit a gentle, mild pulling sensation. They should never be sharp, never cause a pinching feeling, and never be accompanied by dizziness, lightheadedness, or a tingling sensation that radiates down your arms. If you experience any of these symptoms, stop the exercise immediately and seek professional medical advice from your doctor before resuming. The neck is an inherently sensitive and complex anatomical region, and approaching these movements with patience and mindful awareness will serve you far better than pushing too hard, too fast. Thirdly, when engaging in the balance and walking exercises in the second group, always ensure you have something sturdy and reliable within arm's reach before you even begin. This could be a solid wall, a robust chair, or a stable countertop. The specific object matters less than its consistent availability. This precaution is not because there is an expectation that you will fall. Rather, having that immediate safety net nearby provides an invaluable psychological and physical buffer. It allows you to train with significantly more confidence and less underlying tension, which paradoxically enhances the effectiveness of every single exercise by allowing your body to relax into the movements rather than bracing against perceived danger. Fourth, it is strongly advised never to perform these exercises while wearing socks on a hard, smooth floor. Socks on slick surfaces are one of the most common yet easily preventable causes of slips and falls within the home environment. Ideally, if comfortable and safe for you, go barefoot. Walking barefoot is actually optimal for balance training because it maximizes the sensory feedback your brain receives from the ground through the soles of your feet, providing richer information for your cerebellum to process. If you prefer to wear footwear, always choose shoes with a reliable, non-slip sole to ensure maximum traction and safety. Fifth, and perhaps most importantly, if at any point during the execution of any of these exercises you experience sharp, sudden pain, an abrupt onset of dizziness, a disorienting feeling of the room spinning around you, or anything that simply does not feel right or causes concern, you must stop immediately. Do not attempt to push through the discomfort or persist with the movement. No exercise is worth risking an injury. Always prioritize your body's signals. Work at a pace that feels comfortable and safe for you. Progress on your own individual timeline, and allow your body to be your guide, telling you when it is genuinely ready for increased challenge or intensity. This respectful, mindful approach is the only sustainable way to build lasting, meaningful change and improvement in your balance. Integrating all 8 of these powerful exercises into your daily life is simpler than you might imagine, and consistency is the key to unlocking their full potential. Here is the most straightforward way to establish an effective routine. Every single morning, dedicate approximately 5 minutes to the 3 neck release exercises: the base of neck rotation, the side neck stretch, and the neck self-massage. Consider this initial phase as consciously opening the pathway, ensuring that your cerebellum receives the optimal blood flow and reduced tension it requires to function effectively throughout the rest of your day. Then, at any convenient point later in the day, even if it's broken down into short, efficient 2-minute bursts, work through the 5 cerebellum training exercises. The slow motion walk and the heel-to-toe walk can be performed easily in any clear hallway within your home. The standing marches, fixed point turns, and multi-direction weight shifts can all be comfortably done in a small space adjacent to a sturdy chair. The beauty of this routine is its efficiency. The entire sequence demands less than 12 minutes of your time in total. These exercises yield the most profound and lasting benefits when performed consistently, a little bit every single day, rather than in infrequent, longer sessions. It is particularly important not to skip the days when you might feel steady or perfectly balanced. In fact, those are arguably the most crucial days of all. Every single repetition, even on good days, actively reinforces and strengthens the intricate neural pathways that are designed to fire automatically and effectively the very next time your balance is genuinely challenged. You are meticulously doing the preparatory work now, consciously building a robust internal safety mechanism so that your body can instinctively protect you later in that critical split second when your stability matters most. The drifting, the unsettling wobbling, the subconscious need to reach for walls or furniture, none of these have to be the definitive final chapter of your mobility. Your cerebellum, that remarkable command center, has not simply given up. It may simply require better input, a more consistent and robust blood flow, and the focused, repetitive practice that these exercises provide. When you consistently provide your brain with the right kind of targeted challenge, it possesses an extraordinary capacity to respond and adapt, slowly, quietly, and steadily rebuilding its fundamental functions. Before you conclude watching this video, please internalize this vital message. The individuals who achieve the most significant improvements are not necessarily the ones who push themselves the hardest or demand immediate perfection. Rather, they are the ones who demonstrate unwavering commitment, showing up every day, even and especially when tangible changes don't seem immediately apparent. This is because the brain's internal improvements often begin to occur at a neurological level long before you can consciously feel or perceive them. New pathways are being diligently trained, old signals are being reawakened, and then, one ordinary morning, you might find yourself walking across your kitchen and suddenly realize something profound. You didn't instinctively reach for the wall. You simply walked, with newfound confidence and ease. Therefore, begin small today. Focus on the neck release exercises. Try the slow motion walk. That is more than enough for day one. Then, gradually add one more exercise every few days, allowing your body to adapt and build resilience. Your ultimate goal is not immediate perfection. Your profound goal is to patiently teach your body, one careful repetition at a time, how to fully trust the ground beneath its feet once again. Commit to yourself with 6 weeks of consistent, dedicated practice, and you may begin to experience a remarkable return of control, a surge of confidence, and a renewed, profound trust in your own steady steps. And please, do not keep this empowering knowledge to yourself. If you know someone who habitually grabs the counter when rising, actively avoids walking outdoors due to instability, or feels a sense of trepidation when turning in a hallway, please share this video with them. This simple, yet profoundly impactful information has the power to help them feel safer, steadier, and significantly more independent in their daily lives. One final, crucial piece of information before you go. While restoring balance is an absolutely fundamental part of comprehensive fall prevention, it is only one component. The next indispensable piece of the puzzle is leg strength. Even as your balance progressively improves, your legs still require the intrinsic power and quickness to effectively catch you in that critical, split-second moment when it matters most. This is precisely why a dedicated video was created, focusing specifically on safe and effective leg strengthening exercises tailored for individuals over 70. These exercises also require no gym, no specialized equipment, and are easy to follow from the comfort of your home. That essential video is available for you to click on next, and it will guide you through each step just as this one has. If you have found value in this video, your feedback is deeply appreciated. A comment with 1 helps us understand what resonates, while 0 allows us to learn and improve. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content dedicated to empowering your health and well-being. Thank you for investing your time in your health, and here's to living life confidently on your own terms.